Okay, Professor.
Story fragment added to items. Is this going to be voice acted? No, it isn't. The fearsome witch moved deeper into the moonlit wood, casting a deathly shadow as she passed between the trees. And when the two young companions stepped into the darkness of the wood, they were drawn into her magic fire and their lives were consumed in its flames. Oh god, that's terrifying! Well, here's a new mystery. All about the storyteller. After finding themselves in Labyrinthia, the Professor and Luke told parade of the town's creator, the storyteller, but on reading the story that was distributed to them, the townsfolk became afraid. The horrific story on the piece of paper described how two young companions would be burned to death by a witch!
What could that mean? A witch again? And what about where it says their lives are consumed in the flames?
I'm guessing by the two companions they are referring to Maya and Luke. Yeah! Maya and Luke are gonna burn to death and no one can prevent it. Maybe. Luke, let us cast our minds back to what was Bella said in London. I seem to recall her mentioning that those witches had fought over from Labyrinthia.
So that would mean that the witches we saw in London really were from this town. The witch in this story, you think she's the one from before?
It's still too early to say, but at any rate, this seemingly prophetic story is rather disturbing. Yeah, it seems to have disturbed a lot of people in the town.
I only came here to see if it's Inquisitor Barnum, and this story is what I get. Oh no, bad work this is.
Oh no, things have been so peaceful and now the witches to strike once again. What a fearful world we live in.
What a horrible story. I can't stay here any longer. I'm heading straight back to the market stall where I can be with my lovely little goats.
Mary had a little goat. Well, it seems what's written here is indeed the reason for all this unrest.
It's definitely a little ominous, but it's only a story, isn't it?
It's precisely because it's... Alright, this is Muffet. Oh, Little Miss Muffet. Oh my god. How am I not getting these? Mary had a little lamb, Little Miss Muffet. I'm sure there are more that I've just completely ignored.
It's precisely because it's a story that we were so afraid. Don't you even know that much?
Without fail, whenever a witch appears, somebody dies.
Even if what you say is true, there's no reason to be afraid. After all, it's just a story. It's hardly going to become reality.
He's the storyteller. Seriously.
What are you saying?
Yes, what do you mean by that?
Eh?
This is just a completely foreign concept to them.
You're not implying you don't believe in the story, do you?
No!
Okay, dude, calm down. Seriously. Ellipses.
You'll get your comeuppance for this!
It's like saying I don't believe in Santa Claus.
Huh? Hey, you two. What's all this fuss about?
Us? Nothing. We're not making a fuss.
Fuss. What is it? Something the matter?
Captain! It stays too, sir. They're creating a bit of a disturbance.
Well, it's you two. Causing trouble again, are you?
Ah, Captain!
There's so many characters around. I'm giving up with trying to give them their own voices.
These two here are claiming that the story will become reality. How can they say such a thing?
Try to pull off his beard.
What's that?
This simply can't be. You claim that you don't believe what the storyteller writes? Is that so weird? Why is that so weird? Could it be that you two? No, it couldn't be. A moment ago, they were claiming to have seen a witch. Honestly, that's what they were... Wait, what? Oh, is this like everyone around? Look, there are two of them. They could be the two in the story. The pair that get... I can't speed up this bit. The pair that gets killed by the witch, well, they could be. Even if they're not, they must have something to do with the witch. text speed is on so slow, but there doesn't seem to be any option to speed it up.
Professor!
This atmosphere is somewhat unsettling. It appears my original instincts regarding you two were indeed well-founded. You're clearly suspicious. Men, surround them! Are you surrounding us because you want to give us a group hug? Or you're going to throw us a party? Surprise party? Is that it? Is that what's going to happen? Surprise party with swords? Is that how this is going to go?
Uh-oh!
Easy, Luke.
Professor, this isn't good! Perhaps you should make room for it.
Agreed, but running off blindly in any other direction is unlikely to prove successful. We're too familiar with the streets of this town. Oi, I wouldn't think of running if I were you. Just go peacefully.
Professor!
Ellipses. Espella? Maybe. Maybe Espella. That voice!
Hang on, isn't that?
The voice came from the back street over there. Come on, Luke, let's run. So they know who it is, but they're not going to tell us, of course.
Okay, Professor!
So we're just going to run from the cops? Okay, fine. Oh, wait, stop, come back here. After them, men, they're getting away. Yes, sir, Captain. So who was it? I need to know. As I thought. It really was you, Espella. Yay, it was Espella.
But why? Why are you? Shh, I'll explain later. Please, just wait here quietly. Right.
Where are they? Which way did they go? Captain, we seem to have lost them. What? They were still here somewhere. Find them. Nope, all gone. They'll never find us behind these boxes. It appears we've managed to elude them, but what now?
We can't stay here. They're bound to find us sooner or later.
Let's move elsewhere. If we keep to the back streets, we should be able to reach the square without being seen. Follow me. Okay, we're in your hands. Come on, this way, and keep quiet. So we're going to get arrested, and Phoenix Wright's going to have to defend us? Is that it? Is that how this is going to go? Oh my god, we're unlocking so many new areas here. They're all automatic! I ain't doing nothing! That is rather too close for comfort. It seems you rescued us this time.
It was nothing. I'm just glad you were both able to get away safely. But what are you both doing here in Labyrinthia? We'd like to ask you the same question. What about you, Espella? What happened after we separated in London? I remember you jumping aboard that cargo vessel. Did you have any trouble getting away?
A little bit. Just a little. So, should I bother explaining? Well, there was this woman with a lot of fish. And there was this like badger, the blue badger, and then inside the badger there was gems, and then there was this guy that came along with a chocolate bar, with, you know, very professional, and it was a whole thing. Easy now, Luke. We mustn't bombard Espella with questions like that. Bombard! It was one question. Come on.
I'm sorry, Espella.
No, I'm the one who should apologise. I'm afraid it's just not very clear. You have no reason to apologise, Espella. But when you say it's not very clear, what would you mean precisely?
Well, to be honest, I seem to be unable to clearly recall what happened.
Is that so? After we put you aboard the ship, we should have followed after you. But at any rate, I'm relieved to see that you're alright now.
Yes, I am. Thanks to you both. It's good that we could meet again like this. I'm so happy to see you here. Too right, we're both very happy too, aren't we, Professor?
Yay! Everyone's happy. Luke's happy, and Layton's happy, and Espella's happy. Oh, it's a happy ending, and that's going to be the end of the game. And Luke and Layton went on to live in Labyrinthia forever. On the run from the cops, obviously. Hiding behind boxes. They just kind of took a box wherever they went, and if they ever saw a cop, they just like hold up the box. No one here.
Let me guess. You both came here to solve the puzzles of Labyrinthia, didn't you? Well, yeah, something like that. Right, Professor?
Actually, the truth of the matter is we don't really know why we're here.
Eh?
It seems as if we've been stuck right into the book story.
Sucked into the story?
If it's okay with you, Spella, I'd like to ask you some questions about Labyrinthia. Alright, so you're allowed to ask the questions, but Luke's not. Okay, that seems fair.
We can't really settle down here for a chat, can we? Those dogs might find us again. We'll need somewhere to lie low for a while.
Do you know anywhere, Fire Emblem Girl?
Ah, I know. It's alright with you two. Yes? For now, Mrs. Eclair, the local bread maker, is kindly putting me up in her shop. If you don't mind, you're welcome to come to my room. I'm afraid it's only an attic room, so it's a little small. Really? Are you sure it's okay? If they were to find us there, wouldn't that be trouble for everyone at the shop? Not at all, you shouldn't even think like that. After all, it was you two who rescued me in London, wasn't it? So if there's anything I can do, you must let me help in whatever I can.
Spella, thank you. This allows us to graciously accept your kind offer.
Okay, let's make our way there while keeping an eye out for those knights. The baker's on the eastern side of town.
Okay. I gotta think I've missed a few hit coins in some of these places. But okay, is it just gonna take us back there? Whatever. Is that mystery solved? The town of Labyrinthia is a mysterious place of witches and witchcraft where everything written by the storyteller becomes reality. Labyrinthia is a world in which the people live in fear of witches and witchcraft, and when knights are their only protection. To be completely honest, I wouldn't exactly call this mystery solved. But it's got a stamp, and that means solved, right? Yeah, I wouldn't exactly call this... I wouldn't say that that's a particular solution. But whatever. Okay, however, I'm going to be ending it there. Because I am really not feeling particularly well at the moment. I've had... in the last, episode... in the last, maybe episode worth of content, I've had to do, a couple of half-hour cuts, which is pretty bad. Relative time-wise. So, I'm just going to save it there. And we shall be returning to Chapter 1 of Layton vs. Phoenix Wright next time when we return. But one thing I wanted to mention before I finished. Someone did bring up in the comments the idea of putting up 2 episodes of this a day. Now, I was doing that for a couple of other series at some point. But I'm not going to be doing it for this series for the near future. It's something that I might look back into later. I said I'd look into it once Goodbye Deponia finished, and fair enough, it did. And I've come to the conclusion that I really can't afford to at the moment. Because there might be an uncertain period coming up. And if there is an uncertain period coming up, I will need enough of a backlog to get me through it. Like a time when I won't have internet. So... for now, at least, we're going to be sticking to 1 episode a day. It's at this point, I would rather be putting up 1 episode a day of, multiple series, rather than 2 episodes a day of this series and, save up something else for something else, because it's either I put up 1 episode of a day and we have this consistently for a while, or I put up 2 episodes a day and I risk having to put this series on hiatus for a few weeks or so later on. And I think I'd rather stick with the 1 episode a day thing. I'm Mindez, this has been Professor Layton, I'm Phoenix Wright, and that made absolutely no sense whatsoever because I can't talk right now. See you guys!
No! How could she hit the back of the head if she's holding it back freaking handed? Is everybody in this courtroom a moron?
Calm down.